Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning how you are in charge of your life. And you have to take responsible for everything that happens in your experience here. Now, one of the things I really want to point out to you is that everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. And you are a mass of energy. Therefore, everything that is happening in your life is energy being transmutated into form, which you refer to as your reality, your experience, your outer environment. All these are a result of how you think. And that is why it is very important for you to learn the law of cause and effect. That everything has a cause, and every cause will produce an effect. So you can never have an effect and there wasn't a cause. No, the cause is you. So you're 100% responsible for everything that ever happens in your life. Now, the reason for this is because thoughts become things. So everything you see and that happening around the world, it is people's thoughts that have been manifested. It is the fulfillment of their prophecy. So people that be speaking self-destructive prophecy in their own lives, and they do not even know it. And you can speak prophecy of abundance, success, good health, and prosperity in your life also. But I must go back to the main point that I've been trying to get to you concerning you realizing that you are actually in charge of your life. Now, the reason why it is very important for me to stress this is because many of us, we grew up in homes whereby we were taught that there is a God, a Savior, a Redeemer outside of ourselves who wants to redeem us and who wants to save us and who is responsible for us. So we give all homage and all praise and all worship to some God or some idol outside of ourselves. And that has become many of us belief system. And so in order for you to see on the other side, you would have to get rid of that belief system and now start to learn to believe in your own self, that you are responsible for everything that takes place in your life, and that you are the apparent power. Now, when you take on that responsibility, it is because you become more aware that it is your own thoughts that is creating your personality and creating your reality. As a matter of fact, you will further understand why the Bible is a book of mind science and must be interpreted psychologically. And when you understand that, then you would realize that it is not literal, neither is it secular history. Therefore, if you believe that it is secular history and you keep looking outwardly, it will keep you in limitation, mediocrity, and most of all, poverty. And all poverty comes from mental slavery, because all poverty is a lack of imagination, or a poverty of imagination. But when you learn that God in man is man's imagination, then you would realize that everything is mental, everything is psychological. Therefore, you start to become more responsible for the things that you speak, because you know that a word is a thought expressed. And you become more responsible for the things you do, because you know there can be no action that wasn't first a thought, or the expression of a thought, because it is actually the expression of a thought. That's what I should be saying. Okay, so nothing can happen that wasn't first a thought. So let me put some things here in perspective to help to really ground you and strengthen you, especially if you grow up in a society that believes in secular Christianity. Many times you would hear others refer to the devil, Satan, Lucifer, and it always gives you the implication that there is an entity outside of yourself. And that entity that is outside of yourself is responsible for the negative things that you do or say in this world or even experience, are responsible for all the negative people in the world. But that is not true. That is you denying how responsible you are as a spirit having a human experience. And you, when you think that way, you are adopting a thinking whereby you believe that you're human trying to be spiritual. Therefore, you're looking on the outside for someone to save you. But I'm saying, my brother and my sisters, that there's an intelligence that is within you. And that intelligence that is within you is the same intelligence that a person can use without the knowledge of how powerful it is. And that is when they're using that power unconsciously. But I'm teaching you how to use the power consciously when I teach you to look inwardly and to take responsibility for your own life, knowing that you are in charge of your life. And that is why you've been guided, whereby you've been told that you must seek first to discover the kingdom. The kingdom that would lead you and direct you concerning your life. Because when you look for the kingdom and you look the right place, which is within you, then you will discover that kingdom. Whenever you discover that kingdom, there's certain signs that must follow to prove that you have discovered that kingdom. Because that kingdom will bring transformation. Because you will understand that you come here to learn the science of creation. And the science of creation is where you must learn to transmute energy into matter. Taking something from the invisible world and make it appear in the visible world just by your thoughts, just by your mind. So you are working with a science of mind. And that is why you have to hold yourself responsible for everything. But we were taught to hold ourselves responsible based on how much education we get, because we were taught to go to school and to compete and to get caught up in a rat race, because they told us that academic education is the key to success. But I've come to realize that imagination is actually the key to success, because the bench, the desk, the book, the pen, the pencil, the blackboard, even the building that they refer to as school, all those things were first imagined. They were first a thought. They were first an idea. So they use that system to rob us from our mental faculties, like our will and our perception and our imagination and our reasoning and so on. Okay? But here now, I'm saying to you, you can take it back when you take responsibility for yourself and realize that you are in charge of your own self. Now, the next thing they use after the school system, they also incorporate a religious system in the school system for you to look outside of yourself and believe in a savior outside of yourself. And so you live your life being careless. You live your life without any form of awareness, without any form of consciousness concerning your true essence. So religion has been set up to rob you, to control your mental. But most of all, the governmental system, the political system, that puts in place these other systems to rob you, to steal from you what belongs to you. And I'm saying to you, the only how you can regain your power is by looking inwardly and realizing that it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality. So my brother, my sisters, you could only be transformed by the renewing of your mind. But it doesn't take any renewing of the mind to be conformed. It is so easy to conform. All you have to do is do like the others. Do like what you see in society doing. Believe like what society is believing. Believe everything they ever say to you. And when you do that, you will live your life here being a living dead, because you will fail to realize that you're born here in a state of amnesia, which is a state of forgetfulness. And everything you know, it was basically taught to you like by your parents, your teachers, your religious ministers, your political ministers, and so on. And so you never think one day in your life for yourself. And that is living your life as a living dead. But I'm here to wake you up to say, no, you can live your life for once by first of all taking the first step of learning to think for yourself. And how are you going to do that? You have to learn to question everything and attach to nothing. That is why, my brother and my sister, my encouragement to you is to first of all learn to hold yourself responsible. Because whenever you could come to the point where you can accept the fact that you are responsible for everything that is taking place in your life, that's the day you're ready to take on this journey. That's the day you are on the right path, the narrow path, the path that is very lonely. Because many people think that you're crazy. They think you have lost their mind because they have conformed to society. And society is so fucked up. And they're going to keep you like that if you continue to think like them, act like them, behave like them, and try to walk by certain forms of morals, that they refer to as morality, when on the other hand, they are doing that so they could push certain other things. Like for example, the pornography industry is a very, very good example. When these people start jumping up and down in their so-called Christianity and believe that the Bible is a book of morality, those who interpret the Bible to them as literal and secular history, they are making billions and billions of dollars from the pornography industry, because these same people with a religious mentality, if you ask them what is the meaning of the word sex, they do not even know the meaning of the word, yet they will tell you about adultery and fornication. Woo! What a brainwash. So my brother, my sisters, I'm saying to you, start now by taking responsibility for yourself. Saying to yourself, I am in charge of my life. Get angry with yourself and say, I'm in charge of my life. Go in the mirror and start to speak in the mirror of how much you're in charge about over your life and what you want to see in your life. Claim what you want to see in your life. Command what you want to see in your life. Because why? You are the Christ in the ship, man. You can stand up and you can speak to the storm, and the storm have to listen to you and become calm. You are the one who have the power to call Lazarus from the dead. You can call forth anything that you want and conjure it back up and bring it here in this three-dimensional world, because you are a magical being. And when I say magical, I'm talking about your spiritual side of your existence, the invisible you. And you have an invisible power, and I'm saying to you to use your invisible power to achieve your every desire by taking responsibility for your thoughts and your action. Stand like a man. Claim what is yours. You are royal. Claim your royalty. The story of the prodigal son is your story. The one who must return back to his right mind and state his case and claim his place. Man, look. The ring, the robe, the fatted calf, all these things are yours. What the hell are you doing in a pig pen? The pig pen of life is where you go around blaming everyone else except yourself and looking for some Lord or some Savior, some freaking man to come from the sky to save your ass. No one gonna come and save you. And then have you become so superstitious and so religious, you believe that you're gonna escape death by some sort of freaking rapture that's gonna take place on the outside. No, you're fooling yourself. There's an entrance and there's an exit. You're here because you must experience death. But when you understand what is death and what it's all about, because you understand it yourself, then you conquer death, hell, and the grave. And you say, oh grave, where is thy sting? Oh death, oh death, where is thy sting? Oh grave, where is thy victory? No victory over you. You understand? Because you're standing in love, not in fear. So my brother, my sisters, I can go on and on and on and on, but I just want to motivate you. I just want to encourage you. I just want to say to you, this is the time for you to stand up and take responsibility for yourself. All of us are going to the same toilet to take a shit. Yet we see many people are owning billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars and have so much options, okay? And they have nothing different. But I want to say to you, it's because of the way we were taught from the children. So now we know. I'm sharing it with you so you can share it with someone else so that you can make a difference in somebody's life. Because whatever change you want to see, you must become that change if you want to influence others to change themselves also. So my brother and my sisters, take what I'm saying seriously. Put it to work in your life. Morning, noon, and night. Affirm your life how you want it to be. Have more positive inner conversation with yourself. Nothing is hard in closing your eyes and seeing your life how you want it to be and feel what it would be like. Just having that right feeling, because the feeling, the mood is what will vibrate. That creative power that is within you, my brother, my sisters. You are the operant power. So, hold yourself responsible by saying, I am in charge of my life. There are no man in the sky that is in charge of your life. You are the one who's responsible for your life. So, take charge of your life. And you can only do it by fixing your mind. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. And I want to say, if what I'm saying, it makes sense to you, really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you feel strongly inspired to support this work, we have a PayPal, and the link is always down below. Feel free to check it out. Now, I want to mention to you that I have a Patreon, and if you would like to be a part of the Patreon community, I have a lot of work that is there that you can, check them out and so on without any disturbance. Some of them is all an hour long that you can listen to these lectures to help you to grow and to expand on this journey. Also, I want to mention that we have a course they call the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously, or the Inner Sun Engineering to Create Your Reality Consciously. And if you feel strongly led to check out that course, is for people who are donating at least $20 or more. So feel free to do so if you feel strongly led. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to say peace. Love you all. I'm out.